Okay, by now I'm sure you're well acquainted with the new Fortnite season, or rather, remix as they call it. I mean, people have been coping all over the internet ever since it came out, and it has dragged not so many people back into the game. Unfortunately, I was one of them. And if you've been stuck under a rock for whatever reason, then you may be asking, well, what did Epic do now? What did they do? What could they possibly do to get everyone's attention back? You know how they made Season OG and apparently it was a big boom. It was like the biggest thing. Everybody, and I mean everybody, and their mothers and their grandmothers and their whole families came back to try out the OG return. Well, wouldn't you know it, folks? These people at Epic Games have finally answered our prayers and decided to make the remake of Chapter 2. They did it again. That's right, they fucking did it again. I cannot believe it. I can't possibly believe what could have motivated this. Anyhow, now that I finally joined the clickbait train and decided to use the moist critical format to get your attention, I gotta say, this new Fortnite remix thing is the definition of the newest low in terms of pretty much anything I've ever seen from Epic Games. And throwing money at a half-baked, semi-virtual, borderline advertisement isn't nearly enough to disguise the lack of effort put into this whole mess. I cannot even call this a live event. With this in mind, I am not wasting my time on another detailed essay review about a season that's probably gone in a month. And so today, I have planned to return quickly to talk about how this Fortnite remix situation is just terrible. So without stalling the video any longer, let's begin. So I didn't watch the live event when it actually happened. Luckily, I invested my time elsewhere. My condolences to anyone who watched this event live. Those are 15 minutes you'll never get back. However, my boy T-Dog woke me up the day after and decided to show me his recording of the event. And big shocker, crazy reveal right now, my disappointment is simply put unmeasurable.
It's just Times Square.
Boom!
Oh no.
Boom! Party Royale.
No way.
Yeah, she's also stating herself as like the. But I can't wear like the Xenomorph skin in a Fortnite creative map.
Yay, everyone.
Everyone's celebrating she's gone. Anyways, Fortnite gangster party!
Not that. Yeah, all it is.
Bro, I'm regretting coming. Bro, please just give us something! Oh, that's actually a really cool graphic. Oh my god, it's a butterfly! We're going home! We're going home!
Oh, it's gonna
it's
make me
fading away.
Wow. I'm gonna go to Fortnite Chapter. Everyone's just being blinded. That's a nuclear bomb.
Oh. I don't believe it.
Luke's getting
Yeah, it's supposed to be a children's game, and they've just got like a bunch of people.
Oh my god, look at the agency. Look at the agency. Oh my god.
I go to the see the chapter map.
Also,
no, I don't want to see it.
Cars you can get.
No! My favorite penalize on my ice spice!
Oh my god.
No, the fucking shoe collab dog out now!
Yeah,
I'm done with this season. I'm done with this season. This is so last. I'm actually done, dog. Oh my god. This world! What the?
Jeez, I wonder how the top Fortnite creators will glaze this one. We got an Ice Spice and Snoop Dogg concert. Sorry, Ice who? I tend to have way more respect and recognition for people who don't parade themselves around like a worn-out billboard. Putting aside how inappropriate she is to be in a game like Fortnite, it's just incredible that this is the celebrity we're bringing to the game. Like, out of all the possible celebrities we got a borderline degenerate like Ice Spice. What I'm really trying to say here is legit no one asked for her. No one went, we want Ice Spice in Fortnite, other than Epic and maybe a few horny teenagers. And as if that wasn't enough, we get Snoop Dogg to perform the same 3 hit songs that he has performed for the past 20-something years. Truly a stellar choice of performers, I must say. And for the big finale of the event, we got the gameplay trailer and the cinematic trailer, and I am overhyping this more than it should be. It was quite a disappointment. While some may say that the concert was enjoyable or that they appreciate the effort that was put into it, I understand that, but to look at a company like Epic Games and to see the live events that they've done before, it just just feels like this whole thing was scraped from the bottom of the barrel. And I find it very scummy from Epic to just dump this trailer in at the end. Like seriously, they made the Fracture event look like a masterpiece. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Like, I look back on the Chapter 4 video that I made and I think to myself, yeah, this event wasn't that bad, and at the time I considered it to be one of the worst live events ever. With this event, much like the Big Bang event or whatever other event came after that, to some extent I feel like there is a sense of emptiness due to the limited interaction and immersion in the event or the storyline, which is a must for Fortnite events, as that is what made them stand out among other games. The opportunity to actively engage in the content presented to us was almost non-existent, limited to only a few button presses, which leaves me with the impression that this event felt more like an extended, unskippable YouTube ad within the live event than anything else. But hey, maybe I'm just expecting too much, since Epic is dead set on spreading their budget thin to make this metaverse fantasy happen, instead of, you know, actually staying in their fucking lane that made them successful in the first place. Sure, change is good, change is okay, but if you lose your identity in the process, is it really worth changing at all? Last time on Fortnite Season OG, Epic reported to have had 44.7 million players coming back to check out the new season. And of course, seeing the numbers like that, they're hoping to capture lightning in a bottle all over again with another nostalgia-themed season. But instead of fully committing to the authentic Chapter 2 experience, they remixed it, and not in the way many fans might have hoped. This season's map looks like Chapter 2 on the surface, but it's filled with the so-called celebrity takeovers that feels more like gimmicks than meaningful updates. Now we have Snoop Dogg taking over the agency, renaming it to the Dog Pound. The Dog Pound. Eminem in the Grotto, and Ice Spice at the Shark Island, which was an absolute violation and disrespect to the Shark location from Chapter 2 Season 2. However, after playing a couple of games, I feel like you can get the overall Chapter 2 experience if you just avoid these POIs. It isn't all bad. Then there are the items, or rather the mythics, which feel like they're more for show rather than actual gameplay. You've got the double G-bomb, which makes the enemies do the Snoop Dogg dance, and the minigun that writes out the Eminem lyrics. These mythic collaboration items don't really do anything to change the overall Fortnite experience or enhance it somehow. They're just plain old reskins, which actually, I'm kind of happy with. I'll give credit where credit is due though. They did try to differentiate this season from the previous OG seasons. But this is hardly what I envisioned when I criticized Season OG. What I actually had hoped for was something fresh, something truly original from Epic Games that didn't rely on celebrity collaborations or references to outside media. So it was a step in the right direction. However, it's still terrible. It might have been executed with the right intention, but the wrong execution. We will truly never know. Another thing I thought was kind of good was the Battle Pass, and sure, some of these skins aren't exactly fan favorite or appealing to me at least, like Meowdus, which is a downright horrifying combination. Some of these skins feel unique and resonate with that Chapter 2 vibe while still having a fresh twist. I expected Epic to cram in Ice Spice, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem into the Battle Pass lineup, but surprisingly, they didn't, which for once feels kind of refreshing when you go into that Battle Pass category to see Epic leave out those collaboration skins, which I've been actively encouraging in my previous videos. With the return of the Chapter 2 map, we also get many of the flaws that came with the map itself, such as the design of the map, the insane rotation possibilities with the help of swimming, flying, and many mobility items. But one thing that makes these Battle Royale games even more frustrating, and has been a persisting issue since Chapter 2, are bots. Why are these bots still in our games? Is Epic that insecure about their own video game? I don't see a reason to have these bots other than to stroke a new player's ego or annoy the experienced players. It absolutely benefits nobody. And I feel like, especially in this season, there has been a huge amount of bots on the map to the point where I get 12 bot kills, actually lower my guard, and then get killed by some FNCS loser. It's really discouraging to encounter these bots, since once you end up killing it, it doesn't feel as rewarding as killing an actual player. I mean, how are we as the player base going to improve on this game when you, for the most part, let us encounter bots with purposely mediocre pathfinding and terrible aim. And no, I am not going to go play competitive Fortnite simply because bots are in the game. The game would be way better off without them in the first place. What really rubbed me the wrong way was the introduction of kicks. These new Fortnite shoes that you can wear, which in my opinion are barely noticeable in game. I mean, who's looking at their character's feet during a battle royale game? This is gonna be real, you're telling me Gojo can wear the shoes, man. Does this mean I'll be buying my shirts, pants, and other accessories in the future? Should I be worried for this new direction of this game that make me believe this is just another gimmick to make us buy more stuff? They are literally turning this game into Roblox. Either way, no matter how you cut it, I'm still firm in my stance that no matter how you do this, no OG is better than OG. And to expand on that, Chapter 1, 2, and any kind of chapter for that matter, should stay as a memory rather than reliving it as a former shell of itself. It just feels forced. Because each chapter of Fortnite was a product of its time to some degree, with unique gameplay, events, and dynamics that defined its original experience. And revisiting or recreating these eras to me can often fall short, lacking in the same excitement and surprise that made them special in the first place, and probably in worst case scenario, build a high expectation for what's to come next. To me, attempting to relive these moments can feel very hollow, as I feel more desensitized the more games I play. It's better to let these chapters remain closed and cherished as memories, rather than trying to revive them in ways that risk disappointing fans or losing what made them iconic in the first place. Actually, while making this video, I got hit with the news that apparently the Chapter 1 map is returning in December, permanently. I just want to say that give it a couple of months, maybe half a year, with this map being out, and then you will understand exactly what I mean. But hey, maybe since this time people are more vocal about the problems this season poses, Epic might finally understand that no matter how you shape the glass, trying to capture lightning in a bottle twice might just prove to be deadly this time around. Hey, real quick, I know we're still recovering from our sausage party last year, but 92% of you are not subscribed to this channel. So if you liked the video so far, then like the video and consider subscribing and turning on the bell so you can be notified whenever I finally decide to upload a video. There is no lore. There just is no lore. Alright, but seriously, what was the actual story here? Because all we really got were the tapes from Hope, and even then, that gave us little to work with. Why did they suddenly go back to Fortnite Chapter 2? Was there any logical setup? It feels like we're going back without any real explanation, and honestly, it's like they're not even trying anymore. At least for Season OG, there was some bit of lore. We stole Kato Thorne's time machine with a grand heist that we never really got to experience, but that's besides the point. To go back in time and fix the mistakes that happened in Chapter 1 so that the present would be much better. And at the very minimum, like I'm talking real low here, there was some attempt at a narrative being built in Chapter 5. Something to bring players into an opening story every new season, even if it faded out over time. There was at least an effort there. That the society kidnapped Peely and Jones had to save them, that the Greek gods came around and Zeus wanted to kill all the mortals. Look, I get it. Fortnite isn't trying to be the next Game of Thrones or Legend of Zelda. I'm not asking for complex plots or intense world building. This is a battle royale game after all, and the story takes a backseat to the gameplay. But Epic showed us in earlier chapters that they can weave in just enough story to give us some depth in the game, to make players feel like there is more going on other than just dropping from the battle bus and shooting each other. In earlier seasons, we didn't get a fully fleshed out saga that explained everything to us in great detail, but we got memorable moments, big events that mattered, and hints that the world had some continuity and meaning. And the best part is, it sacrificed absolutely nothing gameplay wise. For me, the real decline started when presumably Donald Mustard left. He was the creative visionary who brought structure to the storyline, who seemed to genuinely care about creating something engaging and original at the same time. I get it, Epic Games is a business. They need to keep evolving and bringing in new players and keep themselves relevant. But if you're going to erase or ignore what made the game feel unique for longtime fans, at least give us something more to work with. Instead, it just comes off as disingenuous, almost deceitful, like they're hoping we won't notice that the depth is gone. Ultimately, I think it's safe to say this season represents one of Fortnite's lowest moments. If they somehow go lower than this and people are still willing to stick around, I'm not gonna lie, I will be kinda surprised. It's not just about the missed potential, like the continuation of the storyline, or the lackluster execution of the things like the event. It's about a complete shift in priorities. Fortnite used to be about immersing players in a unique battle royale game that stood out among its peers, whether it was the cartoon-like art style or the building mechanic. But now it feels like we're trapped in an endless cycle of shallow marketing gimmicks and half-hearted nostalgia grabs that don't even feel genuine anymore. Like there is no passion in it. Sure, I get it. Some people will still enjoy what Fortnite is today, and if you're here to have fun with the game as it stands now, then more power to you. But at some point, we have to ask, are we really satisfied with recycled ideas and collaborations that feel more like ads than actual content? At what point do we start asking for something better, something with the depth and excitement that Fortnite used to have? There is a clear difference between evolving with the times and losing the soul or identity of what made the game resonate with the players in the first place. And until Epic remembers that, I'll keep holding on to the memories of what Fortnite once was, hoping that one day Fortnite will eventually find its way back.
Ah!